What is going on, guys? We are coming to you from sunny Florida, where it's 32 degrees and we are freezing our butt off. We have, I guess this is gonna be part 2 of the Coyote swap on my high school New Edge. We have it up on the lift there. We sold the 4-valve out of it, and we picked up this F-150 engine right here. And I'm gonna be talking about what we're gonna be doing to it. I actually filmed this video already and everything has changed, as you know. These builds just kind of escalate sometimes, and let's just talk about it.
It's not fast, but it's fast enough. At least for now. You know me. It's gonna be 700 horsepower a year. 700 horsepower.
Well, if you're new here, this is Brad. Brad is resident mechanic here. And yeah, so this right here came out of a 2014 F-150, so this is a truck motor. My original plan was to go ahead and take this sealed Coyote, drop it into this car, and make 400 wheel horsepower. Now, I'm not gonna spoil the, well, if you can see two components on this right here, you will know what's going on, but if you don't know, then, you know, whatever. We will talk about the boost plans later, but there you have it. It's getting boosted. We are going to be changing some things on it. The plan is to still use a Volvo electric power steering pump, so we don't have to run any special brackets, but we are going to be swapping on a Mustang cover. So we do have a Mustang timing cover for it. So our Mustang timing cover right there, we're going to get that cleaned up, probably paint it black. I think that's going to look the best, but we are going to do a timing cover swap. So with the change in power, we also decided to go ahead and do oil pump gear and crank gear. And with that, I also happened to stumble upon a messed up Mustang Coyote engine. So we are now doing a Mustang cam swap with oil pump gear, crank gear, and since this is a truck motor, it has a truck oil pump, we are also swapping to the Mustang oil pump housing. I wanted to interrupt this video real quick to give you a message from our sponsor, Dirt Legal. Dirt Legal offers a variety of services, including vehicle registration for various different race cars and different things. You can title things out of state if you're trying to avoid some sort of emission or inspection, testing, stuff like this. Crown Vic. Now, luckily, I am in Florida, so something like this we could register. But if you're in a state that is not going to approve this, you could go ahead and get a registration like Montana or Florida or something like that. Dirt Legal takes all the hassle and all the BS out of going to register a car out of state. They do it all for you and you don't have to do a thing. Go on their website and you'll be able to fill out the info and get the process started. For the race cars, I think it's a pretty cool fit for a sponsor for the channel. So let's get back over to the video. Check out the link in the description down below. I do want to point out that none of this was necessary for the initial swap and the initial plans. I happened to get a really good deal on a boost setup, which we will reveal later. It just happened. So my target, I guess, now is about 650 wheel horsepower, which is significantly more than the 390 to 400 we were originally targeting. But hey, it happens. So I do have a fuel system, a twin pump fuel system laying around. We were gonna do the budget style Corvette Y fuel filter. In fact, I already bought the Corvette Y fuel filter setup. How it turns out, we're gonna end up going a little crazier than we initially thought, but I said, hey, you know, whatever. I'm gonna keep this car forever. It's my high school car, so might as well do it right, you know. 650 wheel horsepower in this chassis is significantly faster than in an S197 chassis. Luckily here at Freedom Parts Outlet, we do have plenty of Coyote parts. We have Coyotes that are, you know, running and driving, ready to sell. And then sometimes I get lucky and I get some parts for my own car, like this one. These cams aren't worth a whole lot of money. However, they are kind of hard to find, which you would think would make the price go up, but I think they're only worth about like 200, 300 bucks. So it ends up working out that this is a cracked Coyote from an accident. You can see the bell housing sheared off. It's holding onto this engine stand for dear life. So we are going to be tearing this one down and trying to salvage what we can out of it to make some money back on this wrecked S197. But I did go ahead and make the executive decision that we're gonna put the Mustang cams in this. Yeah, because the boost setup that I got for it does like RPM.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. It does like RPM. So 8,500 RPM, I guess. Now, there are going to be some people who say, well, you should do some valve springs and retainers or anything like that. I'm not trying to go that crazy. I mean, it's a possibility the car may get a built motor setup way down the line, but for now, I'd like to keep it with a stock Gen 1 truck engine. I'm not even really trying to race the car. I really just want to have a really nice 93 octane cruiser that is just going to be pretty fun. We can take it on corners. Obviously, suspension is going to be something that's going to kind of come, you know, with time. But we do have a pretty cool, nice set of coilovers right here that's going to go on it. We got a UPR tubular K member that also came in. We got that in that box right there. And I think we got probably do some shocks and sway bars and some stuff. I think we'll keep this car solid axle for now, but it's definitely going to come along. Also, excuse our mess, we have a million projects going on, including the Fox body.
The never-ending Fox body project.
Wiring, you're welcome. For everyone complaining out there.
And steering wheel.
And steering wheel,
Definitely.
and parachute, and everything. Just wait.
And we're gonna put a hood on it.
I'm gonna put a hood on it. It's literally sitting over there. New hood. Always got that satisfying sound. All right, so right here we have our parts from Ford laid out. Our new exhaust gaskets that are going to go with our headers. We have ultimate headers going on this for the swap. We got a new timing cover gasket, which is right there. Timing cover gasket, front seal, O-ring, thermostat. We got these two hoses. One of these is actually a pretty cool part number that seems to fit a direct swap for a new Edge to a Coyote. We have a Boundary crank gear, Boundary oil pump, and a new oil pump housing we got from Modular Head Shop. Shout out to Jordan. If you guys need some of that stuff, go hit him up. And I think that is it. We got the fuel tank and the fuel system. So got a lot of stuff here. Yeah, I think he drained it. Doesn't look like it's we're verifying that there's not a ton of fluid in it. Cool. While we're talking about it, let's talk about the difference between the truck cover and the Mustang cover. Primarily, that's this area right here. So one of the reasons why we were originally going to do the Mustang cover, not only for the boost that we're doing, but also because this will not allow you to run a Mustang oil filter housing. So this one you would have to use the truck, which has the oil cooler and the two lines coming off, which I think would end up causing some issues with the sway bar, and I want to keep the front sway bar on this car. So that is one reason we are swapping to the Mustang cover, which is right here. The other reason is for the boost setup that we are going to be running. You need this idler here. So that is important for that. So that is one main difference. The truck also has a tensioner over for the AC, and the Mustang does not. So that is also a major difference there. You use a stretch belt on a Mustang, and you have a tensioner on a truck. So we're going to be swapping this off of here. We're going to be running the AC in the stock location right over here. And that's using the power by the hour brackets. They're just little tabs. They move it forward so it's in line with the belt system. On this side, we're running alternator in stock location. And I think that's it. It's really simple.
We had the wiring harness modified so we can run gauges for temp, RPM, all that good stuff.
Speedometer is still going to work. The car's going to have the correct amount of mileage on it still.
It will.
Even though my cluster goes in and out because the 2000 Mustang GTs, they have the solder issue on the odometer, but it's all good.
So if anyone's asking where the water temp sensor goes, there's a little port right here. You just need to get a couple adapters for it. and then you can run the New Edge temp sensor right there in the block.
Yep, and we had Nathan, I think Nathan has a Facebook now, but he modified the harness for the Cobra, but he also did my original harness for this car. And what he did is basically strip out all the pins and everything that we don't need, and he extended the length on the water temp sensor so it can go down around there, and that routes into the factory computer in here. So the factory computer is going to have RPM, tach, oil pressure. So that thing is going to think that it's running the engine, but it's actually not. It's all pretty cool concept, and the way it works out is your AC will work like factory, as well as all your gauges. So I think it's really cool. The AC does require the water temp to be there, so that's pretty cool. And then I also think we run the stock fan. The stock fan will also run off of the factory CCRM and all that stuff too. So the wiring doesn't actually get that crazy. We run the Coyote as basically a standalone with the power by the hour harness, which we have, and then you fool the car into thinking it's running the Coyote. It's definitely the dirtiest I've seen a VCT sensor.
I don't think they change their oil very often.
Cams look fine. It is a truck motor, so. But yeah, that's definitely the dirtiest I've seen the oil stain.
In a fleet vehicle.
Yeah. We're still gonna send 650 wheel horsepower through it.
Should be alright.
Yeah, she'll be alright. She'll buff. It's like when you know, stock 5.3. You know, they say when you do the truck motor out of the junkyard, just don't open it up. Just don't even look. Just send it.
We're so bored.
I'll put that in a video. Voila! Very pretty. Prime them with a little bit of oil. All right, so we have the new Mustang oil pump housing, the brand new stock oil pump gears, and now we're simply going to place the boundary oil pump gears. We'll prime them with a little bit of oil and get the pump situated, and then we will be ready to get the cam swap done and get the engine timed. All right, Brad. I think we are all timed.
She is timed.
So how do we know it's timed? For the people not knowing, we got a mark right there.
It's this one for the right side of the
Oh, don't mind me. I just don't know what I'm talking about.
And then the timing marks down here on the crank here. So that's going to be for both left and right, and then on the left side, lined up.
I can't really see the different chain. Oh, there it is. Yep, you can see it. And then that one is marked down there, marked with that guy over there. I think we should be good. right?
Should be. Hopefully. If it blows up,
Oil pump gear, crank gear, Mustang cams, ready to make power. All right, so we got our Mustang oil pan gasket, which also has the windage tray. And we're gonna put the pan on. So we got the original pickup and the original pan, so there shouldn't be any pickup clearance issues here. I have had that issue in the past with the 2 valve.
Yep.
And we are all timed. And then obviously when this goes back together, a little bit of RTV and a little bit of RTV back there.
Yeah, we'll be good to go.
Yep. All right, so she is covered up for the night. We gotta put the new water pump in, clean up the timing cover. I guess we can paint it on the car. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, we'll just paint it on the car. We're just gonna clean that up. But everything is sealed up, so we just gotta get the new valve cover gaskets tomorrow. We got the old ones on it right now. But we should be good to get it all wrapped up tomorrow. Get it cleaned up, get it looking good.
Yeah, it'll look real nice.
Yep, and then pretty soon we'll be ready to go in the car. But now we got oil pump gear, crank gear, new oil pump, the new Mustang cams, and we got a pretty good look at the engine. It looks like, you know, could have used a few more oil changes, but oh, we also got to swap over the VCT sensors because this came off of one car that was VCT deleted. But I think that is kind of the idea of if you were going to go ahead and convert a truck motor over to a Mustang engine. I think the only difference now is the pistons and a little bit lower compression. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited, dude.
Me too. She went together really easy.
Yeah. All right, guys, so that's probably gonna wrap up the video. I spent some time here just kind of cleaning up the engine and using a little wire brush, a little bit of brake cleaner. I think we're still gonna do the timing cover in black. We should have done it when it was off the car, but we also wanted to get this sealed up. I didn't want to leave it exposed overnight. We have a lot of things going on here. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Fox. I just didn't want any chance of metal shavings, you know, getting around it. I cleaned up the valve covers quite a bit. I think you can probably see that on camera. I do want this engine to look really nice in the car, and then especially with the boost application we have going on, it should look good. We have a brand new water pump coming in tomorrow, some valve covers, so that will definitely look really, really good on the car. I also spent some time even just like, you can see the surface between the heads, the rails right there. I spent a lot of time wire brushing that stuff, you know, really nice. Even on the side of the heads, you can see that I spent quite a bit of time cleaning that up. We will just run over the ports when we go to do the gaskets to get those cleaned up. But overall, we are pretty much on our way to having a completely assembled engine. Like I said, well, that's the messed up one. We got our long tube headers over here. We pretty much have everything to go ahead and get this together and in the car. So I'm very, very excited. We have a UPR tubular K member that we're gonna be using. Man, it is starting to come along and I'm very, very excited about it. So I know it's not like super colorful and whatnot, but I was just kind of going for simple. This car's also silver, so any sort of accent color will kind of just be a little weird if you're not kind of carrying the theme over. So, and I think you guys will really like it once we get everything else kind of in there. So we do have a ported Boss 1320 Junkie. Those are really, really great with boost. And yeah, I'm excited. So if you're following along for the video series on the Coyote swap, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, let us know what you think. If you know what boost we are doing, there has been several clues throughout the video, but if you know what boost we're going with, let me know. But yes, this thing will probably be making like 650 wheel horsepower, which was not my original intention because the T45 is not gonna last very long with that. But we're still gonna send it and have some fun while we do it. So we will see you guys in the next one.